Rules of Debit and Credit. Introduction. Debit and Credit. In financial accounting or bookkeeping, debit indicates the left side of a ledger account and credit indicates the right. Debits and credits are the opposing side of an accounting journal entry. They are used to change the ending balances in the general ledger accounts. Classification of accounts. All accounts are divided into 5 categories of the purposes of recording the transactions. These are asset, liability, capital, expenses or losses, and revenues or gains. Fundamental rules of debit and credit. The two fundamental rules that are followed to record the changes in these accounts are: Rule 1. For recording changes in assets or expenses or losses, 1. Increase in asset is debited and decrease in asset is credited. 2. Increase in expenses or losses is debited and decrease in expenses or losses is credited. Rule 2. For recording changes in liabilities and capital or revenues gains, 1. Increase in liabilities is credited and decrease in liabilities is debited. 2. Increase in capital is credited and decrease in capital is debited. 3. Increase in revenue or gain is credited and decrease in revenue or gain is debited. Explaining the rules. 1. Asset accounts, normal balance, debit. Rule: an increase in recorded on the debit side and a decrease in recorded on the credit side of all asset accounts. 2. Expense accounts, normal balance, debit. Rule: an increase in recorded on the debit side and a decrease is recorded on the credit side of all expense accounts. 3. Liability accounts, normal balance, credit. Rule: an increase is recorded on the credit side and a decrease is recorded on the debit side of all liability accounts. 4. Revenue or income accounts, normal balance, credit. Rule: an increase is recorded on the credit side and a decrease is recorded on the debit side of all revenue accounts. 5. Capital or equity accounts, normal balance, credit. Rule: an increase is recorded on the credit side and a decrease is recorded on the debit side of all equity accounts.
For more such videos on all subjects, practice questions, and a lot more, download iPrep and learn unlimited.